Hello and good afternoon. My name is Emily Smith. Welcome to the news of the BBC in London. We begin the report with this picture. See, this image of a graveyard is nothing strange, but its peculiarity is where it was taken. Right from the playground. This is right next to him. This relationship of game and death has not made it very popular among parents who have to play here every afternoon. Parents have shown their outrage to the media about the situation in which their children live. Most of them do not go to the playground, and parents are afraid of being without their well-earned rest during the time their children spend in the park. But what worries the most is that these children entered the group at risk of obesity and a sedentary lifestyle. Then we showed them the testimonies of these parents and their proposal to change this playground to another place where your children can play without worries.
We all like to see the children playing happily in the park. This is precisely what they want, this community of neighbors who every day faces the bleak picture, to see their sons play, while in the cement that is right next door. Some relatives mourn after the loss of a loved one. Asked to be moved this play area elsewhere, his resignation for not knowing who else to ask for help, he has led to contact the media to report the case and make it public. And others, we also have received complaints from relatives of the deceased, say they cannot pray or quite visit their loved ones, the sounds produced by children. They claim that a cemetery has to be a place of peace. We hope this report will help to remedy the situation, for both sides concerned to return to normal.
A group called the English Defence League is not a racist one, they say. One of our reporters will show us the words that are defined, and closely follow the footsteps of the band accompanying their spokesperson in a few days. The English Defence League is defined as a peace group that is against radical Islam in Great Britain, which aims to stop the spread of Islam in the cultural nexus of Western democracies. This group originates from Luton, where the Muslim population is radicalized. Terrorists plot to liaise with and encouraging protests against British soldiers returning from Iraq. In the following interview, one of our leaders has lived with them for a few days to show us images of them interviewing several members of the group and the large number of people who is a follower of this group in the country.
It is increasingly common to see meetings where ADL defend the radicals. His spokesman alerts status of Islam in Great Britain proliferation. Although not want to be compared with Nazi groups, their clothes are similar, since its manifestations and its meetings reclaiming the fight against terrorism and defending the British soldiers returning from Iraq and are mistreated by the Muslim population residing in the city. The main concern of the British authorities is the proliferation of revolt that ended in pitched battles between the two groups.
Europe opens its doors to a new country. After many debates, Turkey will join the Euro community. This decision to enlarge the Union and committing to this new country is one more than evident that the European economy begins to stabilize. At the moment, this new country has shown good growth and development figures. This news has been welcomed by all joint components.
Turkey is already a European country. The last meeting took place 2 days ago, where the Turkish foreign minister and representatives of various European countries to finalize the reforms that this country will face after joining the European Union, with a term of 10 years to carry out its implementation. With the acceptance by the Turkish government, these measures are expected to boost this country, so that in future this set at the level of the other member states. Action will not be very difficult given the current situation in Europe, but although initially the discussion was directed toward cultural reforms, with the intention of reaching an agreement so that both cultures can live in harmony, has also been mentioned as economic reforms, including reforms in infrastructure, which will be used various monetary fund appropriations.
England joins the call for help from Libya, intervening in this conflict that will not let us define it as a civil war for the attack Gaddafi's against the city of Benghazi. This intervention will only help to prevent the slaughter of civilians in Libya. This assistance was requested by the UNO as an intervention to defend democracy, to save the world from rising oil prices, and as liberation from oppression. Besides England, who opens their borders to all political exiles from this and other conflicts. That happened in Egypt. Getting your nationality after living 2 years in the country, the only condition for eligibility under this measure taken by the government, will have €2 million, which is the established price of the visa. All those who wish to benefit from this measure will be welcome in the country to ensure their protection. France has put the spotlight on Germany, following its decision not to send troops. Finding in the national press phases like this, the first European economic power cannot remain a political dwarf, which was for half a century the fall of Nazism of the Berlin Wall, but it must assume the responsibility to which it aspires. Our reporter will show us the situation that exists. Sorry, but there has been a problem with the relay. We will make a preview of the cultural agenda. An art exhibition is opening this week in London. We leave you with this magnificent exhibition at the hands of our reporter, Mary Anderson. The exhibition in which we find is a thoughtful look into the cultural acceptance, directed toward the younger audience, represents an approach to world Indian traditions, their religion, but in an interactive, like a game where the viewer plays an active part of the work. This exhibition was inaugurated with great success, because as you can see, has brought together a large number of people, still enjoying it, over the next fortnight. Thank you for your attention. Good afternoon.